Emergency operation centres are being set up in the Tasman area as it prepares for 16 hours of rain. The region is under an orange heavy rain warning, with the local council saying wind direction will strongly influence where flooding occurs. A short time ago, I asked Heather Keats, head of weather news at MetService, what that orange warning means.
Well, it means that they're getting more of the same, right? They've had this quite a bit this winter. They've had this warm, moist, northerly flow pushing heavy rain into the region, and that's what we can expect, starting really from the early hours of tomorrow morning as it progresses through. We do have a high chance of upgrading to a red warning for Tasman east and south of Motueka. So it's one of those regions we're watching very closely in the next 24 hours.
So orange is serious?
Orange is serious.
And it's heading later tonight?
Yeah, so early hours of the morning, that is when the warning kind of comes into place. But we're expecting to see the rain starting to fall tonight as those fronts start to get close. We're already seeing some of the cloud moving in over the North Island, the strong winds picking up in the upper north as well. And then the rain follows the wind after a couple of hours. So tomorrow's going to be a very wet day, and it's going to be very busy on the ground for emergency response.
Yeah, and it's a bit like deja vu, isn't it? Because it's yet another of these extreme weather events hitting the region. At what point do residents there have to accept that this might perhaps be their new normal?
Well, it's certainly the new normal for this year. It takes a little time to kind of figure out if this is something that they're going to see happen in winters for next year and the year after. But it has been relentless. This is what, the 5th or 6th event of this nature. And it's not looking likely that it's going to be the last one either. We still have 5 weeks left of winter, then we have spring. The thing with this particular system is that it is dependent on that wind. At the moment, it looks like northerlies for that region. There is a chance it could shift slightly more northeast, and that's going to be something of concern.
Okay, so what about the rest of the country? Is anybody else on high alert at the moment?
Yeah, well, we do have an extensive array of watches and warnings in place, especially for the North Island as well. We're kind of focused on Bay of Plenty. That's currently sitting under an orange heavy rain warning, so too are other areas in the North Island as well. But there is a bit of concern with the amount of rain that could fall for Rotorua, so there's a moderate chance of an upgrade there. The rain will be slightly later than, say, Auckland and Northland, Taranaki and the northwest of the South Island as those fronts move across. So for them, it's really going to be tomorrow night and early hours of Wednesday morning.
Heather Keats there from MetService. Well, Imogen is here to take a closer look at those warnings and watches. Kia ora, Imo.
Kia ora, Sam. There are quite a few, 19 to be exact. We've got orange heavy rain warnings issued tomorrow for Coromandel Peninsula, Bay of Plenty, Taranaki, Maunga and the central North Island Mountains. If we look in the South Island, it's Tasman, Nelson, Western Marlborough, the ranges of Westland and then the headwaters of the Otago Lakes and Rivers and Canterbury Lakes and rivers south of Arthur's Pass. Now 130 to 180 millimetres of rain is expected around the top of the south tomorrow. I'll have more details after sport.